Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here to talk about something new, some new threats. Here to talk about episode 0 of the challenge is Matthew. How are you doing today, Matthew?
It's good to be back. It feels like this is like the longest we've gone without challenge in a while. So definitely excited to have some challenge back on this summer.
Did you get a fresh cut because you're kind of fresh meat? You know, you're looking like a threat today.
Yeah, I had to bring out a new look with all these new faces, so I wanted to be one of them. So hopefully the new look will lead to a nice fresh season.
So today we had intended on doing a draft, but things happen in the world and we aren't all able to get together to do this draft. So I'm not sure how we're going to do the draft. And yes, Sophie, we do usually do the draft before episode 0, but as this long stretch of time that we had between our last season and this one kind of sped up, and then all of a sudden like episode 0 happened and we hadn't done a draft yet. So I'm just thinking that whatever, we've seen episode 0 now, we're coming in with a little bit more knowledge and more insight. So when we do the draft, like, we should be picking winners, because like it's not just, you know, off their photos. Now we have a little bit more insight on who are the couples, who are the pairs, who are maybe looking like they're going to be working together. We've seen the trailer, and so we have just a little bit more insight this time when we're doing the draft. So how do you feel about doing the draft after seeing episode 0?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I think we know a little bit more about at least like parameters of the season. Thanks, Natalie. We know it is going to be a paired season in some capacity, which I think helps with drafting. I'm not convinced that these pairs are going to stick. I mean, we've seen in the previews, it doesn't seem that way. So I don't think we have the whole picture of how eliminations will work. But I think at least now that we know it will be run at least somewhat in pairs, it will make drafting a little bit cleaner, because we can kind of identify, like, all right, who do people want to be paired with? I mean, we saw Theo and Olivia are hot commodities this season, and seemingly a lot of people want to be paired with them because it's a built-in alliance. So the fact that we know that that is going to be the theme and who they're starting out with, I think will make drafting a little bit cleaner, which I think is nice.
It'll be a nice little change. It wouldn't be just so like, okay, I think that they look like they're going to be good, and I think that this is who they're going to be working with, and so it's all speculation. This is going to be speculation with a little bit more information, so it might be a little bit more of a tighter race. And yeah, I think it could be an interesting conversation as well, with all the hints and clues and reasons and rationales as to why we decide to choose who we're going to choose. So, I mean, I love doing a draft whenever we do it, so it's fun for me no matter what. So when I talked about the photos with Fanta, what did you think about the cast photos this season?
I thought they were pretty awful, to be honest. Thanks, Sophie. I thought the photos were parody at first, and then like I'm seeing like the real like challenge official account start posting. I'm like, okay, this is like really low budget. I think, was it Angela that said it's a low budget movie?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty bad.
To be honest, the headshots they showed in episode 0 were quite nice. So I don't know why they didn't just use those, but these like running photos were hilarious. Like, I'm seeing all the GIFs of like Bananas running from like Jurassic Park, and it's like him on the Jurassic Park thing with the dinosaurs behind him. And I thought that was really funny. So I mean, they got people talking, but I think it was more just making fun of their photos.
Well, definitely making fun of their photos. I'm just surprised that they chose them, especially with the vibe of episode 0. I kind of found that like it looks like it's tough and gritty, and even in the poster, they're holding up the new threats under the concrete, and they look like they're tough and they're ready for battle and the war and Mad Max. And then you have these goofy photos. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess for the most part, I had a good time with it because, I mean, the headshots are cool and all, and it's like nice to see everyone looking all nice. But I just thought this was so funny. So it was bad, but like in a very fun way.
Well, yes, a very fun way, but it definitely wasn't indicative of the season, especially when you've seen the trailer. We haven't talked really about the trailer other than saying it was great. So we saw the first trailer. We definitely were like, okay, this looks good. And then the second trailer that we also see at the end of episode 0, I thought it was amazing. And you kind of were like, well, they're going to have to make it look good. So what did you really think about it, since in typing, you can't get your full point across?
I think the season looks promising for sure. I think that I'm really excited about this rookie class. So that excites me definitely. The vets, I think the female side is quite strong actually. The male side, it's like a little bit like of the same old. But some of the preview looked exciting. I mean, seeing Turbo and CT go at it seems like that could be quite fun. It does seem like there will be a good amount of drama. Like the challenges look cool. I'm optimistic. I think like coming off 40, which I was definitely not a fan of, this season has a lot of potential. And I just hope that the theme and like the way that eliminations work does not screw up the season. That's my biggest worry. And I think that is possible. But I am definitely optimistic from seeing the previews.
Agreed. So Danica has a dilemma. I have to take my mother-in-law grocery shopping, and if you guys have started, call you, I'll take you delayed till 3:30 or 4. Okay, so Danica, we're just talking about episode 0. I know I had it that we're going to be doing the draft, and so it's not going to be the draft. So, I mean, this is something that you can come back to. It's not going to be like a long pod necessarily. Like, so obviously do what you want, and we'd love to have you here, but we're not doing the full draft today. So if that helps you make your decision, it's more information. Okay, so let's just talk about this New Threats episode 0. How did you feel about how it started? Because for me, it cuts right into them climbing up the mountain, and I literally took the remote and I was like, did I miss some? Like, I kind of rewound and I'm like, oh no, that's the beginning. It did just drop you right into them climbing a mountain. Was this how it started for you, and how'd you feel about it if it was?
I kind of liked it, to be honest. Like, I liked the idea of them doing the challenge and then that determining the order they go into the house as well. I actually thought it was kind of cool how they did that. And then we could kind of see the people that dominated the challenge move into the house and like their perspectives. Jeremy obviously did great. And then we kind of saw his whole journey from winning the challenge to getting into the house and his thought process there. I thought this episode did a really good job of giving us enough about each contestant without like needing to have confessionals. Obviously, it was only an hour. There was a massive challenge that took up a third of the episode, but I feel like I learned a lot about people's abilities and their threat level just from like kind of how the episode was handled. So I didn't mind it jumping straight into this big challenge to start. I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, okay, I know I like the challenge itself. I kind of meant like not seeing TJ being like, all right, everybody go, or like explaining them starting to run. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of got dropped into them already in like the climbing up the mountain. That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, I guess that would have been nice to see, like similar to like Survivor, where Jeff Probst will kind of introduce everyone and it's like ask a few questions and then say, hey, we're starting right now. So that would have been nice to maybe have TJ there to set everything up. But overall, I didn't really have any problems with it.
Yeah, no, the actual challenge itself, I totally loved it. I love seeing these new threats come out and dominate. And they were just like, they made it look like it was easy for a lot of them. And a lot of course, they're like a decade or two older than these new threats, but they really, really looked weak sauce compared to a lot of them. And so I thought it looked great on the casting choices, and I do like how it was determining the order of picking your partner.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely also agree with you with the, you get there first, you get to choose your room. But then what about how Jeremy had a bit of a dilemma here because he doesn't know really anybody from the challenge. He doesn't know if he should get a room with this or with the bunk beds, or how would you choose your room if you were first in there?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I would probably want to be like as far away from like the common area as possible. One for like you don't want to be like where the noise is and where the mess is, but also
what if it's like you're gonna have Turbo and he's gonna be sleeping in the living room?
yeah, like I wouldn't want to be near all that. I also think it's good for like strategizing with your room if you're like in a more like isolated area. So I would probably try to find somewhere that's like a little bit more isolated and away from like the core of the house.
Actually, hold on. I want to do another thing. Yeah, I would. Well, I think if I was allowed to, I would probably see if I could wait to see who was coming in next, if it was going to be somebody that I was going to want to room with, and maybe start strategizing with them. Do we have any sort of idea of Jeremy's knowledge of the challenge? I didn't write down anything. I don't think he said anything about watching seasons or whatnot. Yeah, do we know if he knows anything about the show?
I mean, I'm sure he like at least watched a couple seasons before jumping in, or maybe he spoke to some of his Amazing Race friends that did Challenge USA, albeit that's a very different show. But yeah, he didn't come off as like a massive super fan by any means. I mean, he definitely has the physical ability, but I didn't get the sense that he is like a challenge historian by any means.
Now, do you think that he could become one of the new faces of the challenge?
I mean, it's early. I don't get the vibe that he is like the most entertaining drama person. Yeah, I mean, I could see him being like a.
What are ultras?
I think it's like a massive marathon where there's like swimming, biking, and everything involved. Yeah, he could be like a Horacio where he's a nice guy, like very physically dominant. I don't get the vibe that he's going to be someone that is just like out there personality wise, but I don't know. Have you seen his Amazing Race season? Do you know much about
I have, yes. They were really good at like the physical stuff, but he wasn't the greatest at like other things. I don't remember him being good at like puzzle-y things or solving things. I don't remember them doing too well. I can't remember actually how they played.
Yeah, I think they were like the fourth or fifth out. I don't think they went super far. But yeah, I mean, I get the vibe from him. He has like Horacio upside. And like that, by that, I mean both physically and personality wise. So take that as you will. Like I like Horacio, but he's not jumping on the screen with a massive personality and bringing drama or anything like that.
I do think though that Jeremy might give more drama than Horacio will. He seems like he has a little bit more of an edge in that way, but I'm not sure.
People were comparing him. I think Scott Yeager was comparing him to the guy Logan from Spain a few years ago.
Okay, yeah.
And like he was also kind of like Horacio-y, where he was like this like tall, good-looking, strong guy, but like very quiet in the edit. I think he had a couple hookups, but he wasn't like very.
If he just hooked up with Big T, he could have like got a call back, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that he's similar to Joss?
Yeah, that's like the mold I think he is. Like a Joss, Horacio, Logan, like a guy that is like inoffensive, good-looking, very physically strong. Like that's kind of how I see him going, but I hope I'm wrong and he's more dramatic on top of the physical.
How do you feel like when the next shot is Bananas climbing up the hill burping?
I don't even remember that.
He's just like
I was actually impressed with Bananas. Did he do the best of the male vets?
I think so.
Yeah, good on him. Like he's one of the older. He's probably the second oldest male vet behind CT. Yeah, I think he's older than Derek. So I was impressed that he was able to do that. I remember the Rock of Gibraltar. What was it? Gibraltar? Yeah, whatever it was. He came in like second last in that, I think. So he's obviously got his stamina up.
Is that the one Rogan he tapped out, or
yeah, and I'm pretty sure Bananas only beat Rogan in that. So big improvement for Bananas here over 7-8 years ago.
What about Cedric? So Cedric, he comes in third place, it seems. I felt like when he sat down for his interview with TJ, he was quite excited. He's shaking TJ's hands. How do you feel about the introduction to Cedric?
Yeah, so Cedric definitely gives superfan vibes. Like him and America were the two, but Cedric, it seems like he's gonna know about all these people that he's playing with. I think he is someone that is going to be kind of underrated for sure. Obviously, like did great. He's going to do great with any sort of stamina kind of things. I worry a little bit about him physically. I mean, obviously he's probably the smallest guy there, but youngest. Yeah, and youngest. So I think he's going to know the game well, but might be a little overlooked, which could be good for him, honestly.
But if I'm not mistaken, though, I feel like I saw him in the trailers more than I saw him in this episode. Is that the same for you, or am I just misremembering?
Yeah, he definitely popped up in the trailers a handful of times. But again, like this episode was only 60 minutes, and a lot of it was the challenge. So it was hard. Like I feel like some people we barely got at all. I like Cedric. I liked him on Big Brother. I like him so far here, and he's excited to be there, which I like to see out of a rookie.
I do feel that him being super excited, people may just throw him in because they don't fear him because he's just kind of happy to be there. But I could also see him as being someone that would go down and keep on taking people out and proving himself that way. So I kind of feel like because he's young and eager, he might just be a perpetual pawn. But he's going to take it like a champ. He's a Marine after all, so he can withstand a lot.
Yeah, I could see like a Derek Kaczynski, like when he was young and he was going into every elimination. I could see that kind of vibe from Cedric where he's very eager. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of have high hopes for Cedric. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. So we'll talk about it later, but I loved his strategy with picking his partner. So I definitely am optimistic about Cedric.
So Jeremy said, okay, wait, what did you think about how dramatic it was, them sitting down at the table with handler TJ, and in the shadows, we see the vets asking, why are you here?
I thought it was like so cheesy with the vets popping up and like the spotlight on the vets. It was so fun. I loved when Leonardo was like that happening. I think he just started laughing. I heard that it was like from the official challenge podcast, Izzy was on, and she said that it was like a lot longer than it seemed, and that they didn't know that the vets were there. And then they were talking about like their strategies in depth, and then a light would shine and they would see all the vets were just kind of sitting there watching them. I'm like, oh, this is kind of unfair to the rookies because you're like tricking them into telling you their strategy and then popping that the vets are all listening in. And it's like, okay, well, major advantage for the vets if they ultimately split away from their teams. And the why are you here was so funny. I was thinking like, I said to you guys, like, well, why are we here? Like, Anissa, why are you here? Like, you're not going to win. I'm here to win. You're not winning. So why are you here?
Yeah, that's like, sorry, why are you here?
Yeah, Anissa, Leroy, Nani, why are you guys still here?
Yeah, they should be asking the other way around. That'd be an interesting twist if it was like these rookies coming in and listening to these vets that are kind of played out and they're past their prime, and was like, so why are you here? Yeah. Why should I choose you as my partner? Like that would have been great.
Yeah, especially considering like both the vets and the rookies had a choice, so it would have been it would have been nice to like kind of have like more of like a open room thing. I don't know. I think the challenge likes the theatrics of like the dark interrogation. Yeah, I thought it was funny. But yeah, just like the spotlight on the vets was so cheesy, I found.
And so I was thinking that most of the time when the vet that was superimposed in the shot asking it was going to be their partner. Hold on, let me just see if it ended up that way. I think it did for some, not all. Hold on, who's with? Yeah, so I saw it was like Olivia was the one that said, "Why are you here?" to Jeremy. So I thought, I'm like, ooh, what? That would be a crazy duo. Like that would be a good pairing. I wonder if it will be a pairing later on down the road, or if it was a little bit random which vet they chose to say, "Why are you here?" like at which time. But do you think there's a rhyme or reason for that?
I don't know.
Because it felt like Bananas was there for Dee's.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like people that will have some sort of relationship throughout the season. And it's like a bit of like a peek into the future, whether it's a partnership or just a friendship, an alliance, a rivalry. I could see, yeah, I definitely could see that. Mm-hmm. I don't know, I'm just like, I can't stop thinking about how the eliminations are going to work. I'm very nervous because we've seen a few different ways that paired eliminations have worked before. And I'm hoping it's not what they did in Double Agents, where it's like the group no, where it's like the group. It's like the pairs go in and then it's only one of the, like either it's a male or female elimination and then they pick their partner from anyone else after. Because then I feel like the rookies will just get decimated. I mean, they can do whatever they want, I guess. And I don't like that. I want two people to be eliminated every episode at this point. And I think I prefer if it's the paired eliminations. I don't want it to be like the rookie, like two rookie, or a rookie and a rookie male and a vet male go against each other and the vet male wins kind of thing. Well, if let's say like, for example, it's Olivia and Cedric against Jeremy and Aviv, and then Olivia is against Aviv, and if Olivia wins, she picks a new partner. And then if Jeremy beats Cedric, then Jeremy picks a new partner, and there's this like constant shifting of partners. I kind of just want it to be both partners go home or both partners advance, and then they stay together. Or like, I don't know how these shifts are going to work, but I'm just nervous because we've seen like some that are just not great, and then it leads to rookies being decimated, and I don't want that. So Sophie's saying in the trailer it looks like it'll be single eliminations. Yeah, because like what happens then if it starts off with rookie vet pairs, and then after the first elimination, if both the rookies win or both the vets win, that means that the next time there's going to be a rookie pair or a vet pair, which I just don't like that. I like the idea of a fresh meat kind of theme. I'm with you here. I don't know if we'll get that, but because they have to show that the vets are still the best, right? So I do worry that with maintaining that they might just allow the rookies to be decimated. So. Yeah, and like if there is a rookie pair at any point, all the vets are just going to vote that pair into elimination. So it's just it's just not going to be fun. So yeah, I'm curious how they make sure that it's like even numbers of vets and rookies go home. And I'm not like that confident that the challenge will care to make things even for the rookies. Agreed. Next is your new crush sitting down talking to TJ, saying that she's candy, she's cocky, she's humble. Sorry, she's funny, and TJ says that she's humble. She says that she's also a philanthropist for being there. This is like her church. So how do you feel about Sydney? Oh, I thought Sydney was awesome. I think like these are the type of personalities that I like on the challenge, where it is someone like cocky, she'll be willing to stir shit up. I would love to see her on a season with Amanda. I mean, we're getting her with Ashley here, but I think her with Amanda, Ashley, Marie, like she would fit in quite nicely there. And she is what the challenge needs out of their rookies. Someone that is not just going to be willing to suck up to the vets. Like I see her getting in a lot of drama. For as long as she's there. And I didn't realize she was this much of a physical competitor too. She did well in the challenge, seemingly has a background in a few different sports. So I think she is going to be very, very fun on this show.
She was pissed after she got eliminated on Survivor. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was mad for her. I remember Danny McRae was super mad. Like that was so bad. And so she was a casualty of the stupid hourglass twist. And so I'm happy that she gets to come back here on this show. I think she could easily become a staple of this show. She's already made an impact. She made TJ chuckle, and he was intrigued by her for sure. And I think that bodes well for interest in future seasons. So I think she already made her mark.
I think her mouth might get her into some trouble. So I wouldn't be shocked if she saw some eliminations, but I just think she is going to be my prediction is she will get the most confessionals of all the rookies for as long as she's in the game.
I can see that for sure. Now, I don't know if you noticed, and maybe I wasn't seeing correctly or I was seeing what I wanted to see, but I feel as though she was laying down on Turbo's leg in one of the trailers in a way that seemed like intimate, like they maybe dating or canoodling or they're partners that are getting quite close. Did you notice this? And do you have any insider info on this?
I'm pretty sure she is married or engaged. So, or at least has like a long-term boyfriend. So I'm guessing it's not anything like that. But I don't know, maybe playing the flirt card a little bit. But I don't think it's anything serious.
You bursted my bubbly here. I'd love to see a Turbo Sydney combo.
Yeah, that would be that would really burn the house down. So I would love to see them partnered up, and
I think that they might end up being partners then. If it's not like a romantic thing, it might be that she's just comfortable with him as a partner, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, like to your point earlier about like the interrogation thing, maybe it is like what I was thinking, and like you can switch partners up and you can choose a new partner, and maybe at some point Sydney or Turbo goes into an elimination and then chooses to partner up with the other. I could definitely see that being something that's comes into play.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember if this is how they did it in Double Agents, but maybe they have to choose at least like they can't choose another rookie. Maybe that's how they'll stop that.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to stop the unevenness if
it's one at a time.
Yeah, like if two vets win the elimination, then two vets would seemingly have to be paired up, unless it's like each week there's only one elimination. That it could be that too, and then one person is just like safe for the next week.
Well, they wouldn't matter the next week because they wouldn't be their sex. That would be, you know what I mean? That would be.
Well, it's like, let's just say like CT and Bananas go in an elimination and CT wins. Then the next week it's going to be, no, that wouldn't work either. Because then how can they be assured that a female rookie would end up going home next? Yeah, I'm curious to see how it all goes. So I don't know. I'll be optimistic for now. We'll learn a lot more next week, obviously. So.
Yes, we will. Tay sat down. Are you excited about Tay, Big Brother Australia?
We didn't really get much from her, so seems like nice enough and very attractive as well. So I don't know. We'll see what we get from her. I could see her being kind of purpled a little bit in the edit.
We have America coming in. So remember America from Big Brother. I've met her in person a bunch of times. She binged 30 seasons of the challenge. I'm impressed by that, to be honest. How do you feel about her being on this show?
I don't know. I like America. I think she is a fun personality. So I think she is not going to be someone that's afraid to call it as it is. I definitely worry about her physically. So I am excited to have her here. I don't have the highest of hopes that she is going to be a challenge champion or anything, but I think she's a fun personality and I like her. So if you're a fun personality and I like you, I'm happy that you're here.
So in her vet that was asking her why are you here was CT. Tay's was Leroy. Sydney's was Turbo. So maybe this is somebody that they're going to have as like further down the line as a partner. Maybe. We see Izzy, she played hockey. She's a personal trainer. She comes in second place behind Jeremy running up that mountain. She's from Too Hot to Handle. Seems like the full package with a British accent.
Yeah, so the two standouts for me in this episode were Sydney and Izzy. I think for different reasons. Honestly, kind of for similar reasons. I think they're both going to be dramatic and competitive. And I don't care that much about the competitive part, but if you can be dramatic and competitive, I love that because your odds of staying longer in the game are stronger and you're going to keep bringing the drama throughout your time there. So, Izzy night one, like hooking up is awesome. I'm pretty sure Rogan had a girlfriend too that they broke up after he cheated on night one. So I don't know. I liked Izzy. I vaguely remember her from Too Hot to Handle, but I was very shocked that she was that good physically. I thought she was going to be I was maybe stereotyping her and thought she was going to be like the ditzier and like not super strong and was there for the mess, but not the competitiveness. But really impressed with her. And I'm standing her in Sydney.
Are you standing Jake, who came in next at fourth place? He does everyday fitness, boxing. He loves pushing himself to the limits.
No, I'm not standing him. That's like, I don't know. I feel like I didn't get much from him or didn't care much about him.
Agreed.
Nothing against him.
Did you watch his season of Love Island UK?
No.
He was with Liberty. If you remember Liberty, you watched Love Island games, though, right?
Yeah, I watched Love Island US games. Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah. So remember how they had some imports come in?
Yeah.
So Liberty was like the blonde girl. She was with Callum for a bit. So Jake was with Liberty, and he kind of was faking liking her for most of the season, and so he got a lot of hate and stuff like that because she was kind of like UK's sweetheart, and they both ended up leaving the show early.
I'm open to Jake because I think the challenge needs to be casting more people from love shows. So I'm open to it. Like, love show people are messy. They're obviously, most people on the challenge are attractive. So I think challenge needs to cast more from love shows. So I'm open to Jake. I just don't really care that much about him yet.
Sophie wants to know about your thoughts on having no Amanda on this season.
Yeah, it sucks. I would have loved to see Ashley and Amanda together on a season. I believe Amanda had to drop out very, very quickly before. Yeah, there was a death in the family. So Amanda did say she wanted to make it work. It didn't work out. I think it was Aviv that ended up taking Amanda's spot. So obviously I would way rather have Amanda there than Aviv, but we'll see Amanda soon, and hopefully with Ashley.
It'll happen. Ben, CrossFit sports broadcasting. He's gritty. Apparently, he's so not gritty to me, but apparently he's gritty. Aviv was his vet that was superimposed in the shot. Ask him, why are you here? So we'll be looking out for these pairs later on. First for the vet women, I believe. Oh, no. I think actually, yeah. No, first for the vet women was Aviv. Yeah. How'd you feel about that? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I feel like Aviv's good. Like, good physically. Yeah, I mean, looking at like the vet women there, like I maybe would have thought that Michaela or Cara Maria would have finished first, but I don't know. Like Aviv is someone that I'm not doubting physically or for running or anything like that. She's a good competitor. She's just very small, so not super surprised to be honest. And good for her. I mean, she's probably one of the older vets there too. So yeah, good for her.
Sydney comes in 6th, your girl. Olivia 7th. I was quite impressed with Olivia doing so well. She goes to the gym, so it's not like she's not physically active, but I definitely think that I was impressed that she was at the top of the pack for this one. We haven't seen her run up a hill, so.
Honestly, Olivia impressed me overall this episode. I thought she had a really strong episode, physically and strategically. Like she just seems like she is in a really good spot, and I was impressed to see her finish that high. I think she was kind of like originally thought of as like Horacio's sidekick, and like I feel like people gave her the rap of not being able to keep up with Horacio, but I think she has proven that she's pretty good overall. And yeah, she looks great.
It was because like the next season, the one where she like was a little bit shitty to Nerys, she wasn't that great, you know. Like, but I definitely am impressed by her stamina here. I think that she's been training, and I think she has improved herself since she was running with Horacio, and then without Horacio as being her partner, and now she's standing on her own. So I think she has improved 100%.
Yeah, we've seen like a few different sides of Olivia in the last 4 seasons, and I'm definitely curious to see how she does here without, like, this is her first season without Michelle and Nerys, so it's going to be interesting to see how she does as like the lone like new school rep on the vet side. I guess Michaela too, but I don't really count her. She's the only one that's like started in the like last 4 seasons. So I'm curious to see how she does. So far, so good, but obviously she doesn't have Michelle to lean on here for the strategy side of things. So I'm optimistic about Olivia, and yeah, pretty impressed.
So next is Lekka. She was a villain. Did you watch her on Canada's challenge?
No, I don't. I know it's kind of like a mix of Amazing Race and Challenge, but
it's not Amazing Race at all.
Oh, really?
It's more. It's kind of like gym class and gym excursions, you know. So like there'll be a huge jungle gym type thing that they're climbing. Like it's very high, but they'll climb something like that in teams, or like they'll go and do whitewater rafting and have to pick up flags, and you know, it's very outdoorsy activities that are not the challenge. Well, they're the challenge a bit, but they're just more gym class than gritty, you know. So it's okay. It's not my favorite show. I watched most of her season. I don't really remember anybody from it other than Adam from Big Brother Canada. And I think she was on that season with him. But yeah, I don't really remember it that much. It's mid. She's a feisty one. She's aggressive, honest. She's a child of God. It didn't seem like TJ likes the fact that she's religious.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he not a man of God?
He's an atheist. I don't know. We meet Will, Leonardo, Adrian. We kind of have a montage of Adrian's weight loss journey. It tells TJ that she's on a weight loss journey with a touch of glam. And TJ was definitely kind of poking a little bit of fun at her. I think he likes the girly girls more than he lets on, because he gets charmed by them, I find.
Yeah. Another person I'll definitely be standing hard this season is Leonardo. So Oh, Leo is like he is my messy king from Love Island. So
we haven't seen much of him yet, though.
I know. I have faith. I think he will bring the mess still. There's no way. He's young. I think he's still only like 25. So he's got to be one of the younger guys
yet.
there. Oh, not even 25?
I don't even think so.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if we can't get Johnny Middlebrooks back on the challenge for whatever reason, Leo is a close second for me. Of all the men that have been on Love Island USA, Leo is probably my second favorite behind Johnny Middlebrooks.
I understand, and I know your type, Matthew. So Bananas comes in 8th, Turbo 9th. I was impressed that Bananas beat Turbo even, because Turbo is always such like a champ. Do you think that he was downplaying his abilities? Because he was pretty upset. I thought that Turbo didn't do as well as some of the other young pups.
Yeah, I loved the scene of Bananas and Turbo holding hands, walking up the walking up the mountain. I thought that was really funny because I mean they never liked each other coming into the season, so I wonder if they'll be able to work together. I mean, the thing about Turbo though is you could be on good terms with Turbo, and then in a flip of a switch, he snaps. So I could definitely see Nani trying to make them cordial, but yeah, I mean, Bananas could piss off Turbo so quickly, but it was funny to see them holding hands at that one point.
Aw. Derek comes in 10th, also decently impressed. So we got the 3 challenge vets finishing quite high, top 10. That's pretty good out of, what are there, 32 players?
Yeah, 32.
We see Naya in the background. Hold on. Oh, Gabe. So he's culture determined. He is he's been called a freak. I didn't really know much about Gabe. What did you think about his intro package? Like, are you intrigued by him? Do you think he's going to do well? Like, I still don't feel like I know him personally.
I mean, he looks like great physically. Yeah, I feel like we didn't get a lot from most of the male rookies. I think with the exception of probably Jeremy and Cedric, I feel like a lot of them were just kind of under-edited here, which again, it's like not that surprising because the vets like need their shine and it was a shorter episode. But I mean, he seems physically really strong. So I loved the part with him and Ashley. That was super funny. But yeah, I think he could do solid. I heard that I think it was Izzy on the Challenge podcast that said that I just pulled an Ashley. Gabe is way messier than we will think after this episode, and that he's going to bring a lot of drama. So when she said that, my ears perked up. So if he's going to bring the mess and be part of the drama, then I will be here for Gabe.
Okay, Gabe bringing in the drama. Blue is going to get bigger boobs if she was going to win. You're happy with this thought?
I love Blue. I think Blue is really good choice for the challenge, and it was kind of unexpected. I feel like I think if you looked at their season of Big Brother, you would think probably Matt and Jag, which would really have sucked. And the fact that they went with America and Blue, I think is really fun. I know they didn't like fully get along. I think they're probably on good terms now, but I think Blue is such a fun personality. Was making everyone laugh. Yeah, she's good, and I want her in a conversation with like Turbo and CT. And just to hear her like kitty purr to Turbo, like those kind of people, boots down to CT and Turbo. They're gonna have no idea what she's talking about. I mean, nobody does, but I think Blue is really funny, and having her in a house with all these like 35 to 45-year-old vets is going to be really entertaining, I think.
Kate, don't worry. Well, I mean, we are like just talking about episode 0, and so we're kind of almost at the end, but we will be doing a draft hopefully tomorrow, maybe. So yeah, things had to change today, so we will be rescheduling the draft. So we're just talking about episode 0 today. Okay, so we see Justin. He's a cheerleader. I don't remember him from Cheer. Did you watch Cheer? I watched it, and I do not remember him. No, you didn't.
No, I don't even know what it is. I don't know the premise of the show.
It's kind of like a docu-drama about like a cheerleading group in I can't remember what city they are in. They're very, very successful. You watched Camp. What is it called? The recent camp show that was on Netflix that had QT on it and Louis was on it. You didn't watch that? Camp? Tell me, who is it? Camp, who? Final Camp. Thank you, Sophie. You didn't watch it?
No.
Okay, because like this girl Gabby and this girl, I can't remember the other girl right now. They were both from Cheer. Anyways, it's actually quite good. I enjoyed Cheer a lot, but if you didn't see it, you didn't see it. So
yeah, I think Justin. I like casting like this where it's like someone with different skill sets. I think that's interesting. I definitely worry for him that like he's gonna get thrown in as like seemingly like an easy person to beat. So I'm a little worried about his like long-term future in the game, but I also think like someone with his skill set is like not to be underestimated because there are a lot of things that he'll be really good at.
Yes, he'll have good grip and he'll have good balance and not afraid of heights. These are
exactly,
all very big things.
And it's like those things are going to be really good. I think if like he just gets thrown into like a pole wrestle or a hall brawl or moving bricks around, like he might struggle a little bit more there.
Yeah, because he looks a little bit smaller. CT is dead last, but it seems like Ben came in 12th, Cara Maria 13th, Dee came in 14th, Will 15th, Michaela 16th, Adrian 17th, and I believe Leo 18th. We see Dee's confessional or interrogation. We hear the famous clip that's been going around that what she's good at is manipulating people, and we get Bananas asking her if she has a boyfriend and would she like one. Yeah, so you're upset with Dee already. What's going on?
I just don't want Dee as like another banana minion. I think like she is so good socially, strategically, and physically. Like she is one of the more dominant survivor winners really have ever, let alone of the new era. And I think she has so much potential on the challenge. And I'm nervous that like she is just going to be tied in with Bananas. So
I don't know if she'll be able to do any footsie things with him and Aviv because she does have that extra large toe.
Yeah, he might not like that. So I just like, I don't know, like we're seeing a lot in the previews, like a flirty vibe. And I also worry like if they end up like in some sort of romance and it doesn't go well, then Bananas like make sure she never comes back on the show. And I think she just has a ton of potential and is someone that I am super excited to be on the challenge. But I don't like when someone comes in and they're immediately like under Bananas' wings. So I hope she knows better.
All manipulation.
I've heard that they had some sort of relationship prior to the show. So I think they know each other like from the Florida area. And I'm pretty sure they had at least a friendship going into it.
Oh, I didn't hear that. 19th is Rogan, 20 is Ashley, 21 is Nani, 22 is Justin, 23 is Derek C. Leroy was 25th, Lekka 26th, Theo 27th, Naya 28th, Tay 29th, America 30th, and CT and Anissa are last together. CT, like, how could he allow himself to be dead last with Anissa? To have her holding his hand so they can do it together at the end. Like, what's going on, CT? Your legacy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, no offense to them, but CT and Anissa are not in the same shape as the rest of the competitors on the season. And I mean, I'll Yeah, I mean, this is like the worst kind of challenge for them, but it's also like this is like the kind of thing that you have to do in a final. And I know CT like notoriously like works his way into shape during a season, but I don't know. Like I don't really have high hopes for them. It's yeah, I think I mean CT in this shape, I am not that worried about CT.
They're still going to be scared of him because they
Yeah, I'm
can't
really
get the
scared of
physical.
him,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Is CT gonna win a season in this shape? Like I don't think so. I really don't. And he was the last pick of the dude, so
Uh-huh. Naya was already pissing me off with like not wanting to go down the mountain already, and I'm like, she knows what the challenge is all about. It's all about like things that she hates. And so I'm just like, I really hope that she doesn't quit or doesn't like just ruin this for whatever rookie that she's with. Like I'm just kind of frustrated with Naya that she's kind of going around for the whole episode giving everybody all this advice and like, you know, talking to big game like I've been on 6 seasons, 2 finals, where are you at? But she won't even climb down the fucking mountain. Like, I don't know. I know you're a big fan, but what are you thinking about Naya this season so far?
honestly, I haven't loved Naya's like more recent appearances. I think like she is like more tame now, but also like is not all similarly. Like, I don't think she's in like the best shape for the challenge. Like she looks great. She is beautiful. She looks good, but I think there's like a difference for like challenge shape, and she just like seemingly is there to have a good time, which I can't appreciate. But if you're there to have a good time, like you need to be like being super messy and entertaining.
Yeah, Naya is a bit of all talk, no action. I agree, Willie. So we get to the house, we see all these montages of people talking about Jeremy, and he is Tarzan, and he's Thor, and he's a wolf with ice eyes, and he's number 1 in the house. He did the whole mountain in an hour and 22 minutes, which is very impressive. Have you been to Signal Hill?
No.
Okay, so Signal Hill it's not even a mountain, but it's in St. John's, Newfoundland. And I was there last week or the week before, and they made me walk up this damn hill. And I didn't really have like walking or running shoes on. I only had Converse, and it was so hard to do. And it was only like 20 minutes of like, you know, a steep hill on the sidewalk. So that's pretty impressive that he could do that in an hour and 22, because yeah, I would have probably been I don't think I'd be at the back like CT and Anissa, but like I would definitely be in the next pack of people, like in the 20s.
Do you think if TJ had said at the beginning, like, hey, last place
goes home,
the last person goes home, do you still think CT and Anissa would have come last? Or do you think like they maybe didn't care because like they knew it didn't really matter? It was just to like determine picks or whatever.
I don't think that they would have done better.
Really? So you think CT still would have? Who came second last of the guys?
Out of the guys was Theo and 27th place. Before that was Leroy at 25th place and Derek at 24th place. So I don't think that he would have been faster than Theo.
Yeah, I honestly could see Theo like maybe taking it a little easy, knowing that's like it doesn't really matter. And if it was last place goes home, I feel like Theo would have sped up a little bit more. And he is like an Olympic runner, right?
And I think Theo, if they had any sort of inkling that this was some sort of qualifier, I think he knows that he's pretty well set up. There's a lot of Brits, even if they didn't mention in the episode, I'm sure they know who each other are. They live in the same country. They were on reality TV. They know who Theo is, and so they would probably want to choose him, especially knowing that he's connected to Olivia. anyways, I feel like he didn't think that he was going to be in trouble because he does have a lot of numbers on his side. So yeah, if it was last person out from like male, female, rookies, and threats, I think that Theo would have picked it up a little bit and probably would have been CT and Leroy that were out. So I don't think that Theo would let himself be taken out there.
Yeah, I agree. Wouldn't that be crazy if CT got purged in episode 0?
Yeah,
that would be wild.
They probably didn't do that because like it's 32 is a kind of a weird number, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if they like, well, let's just keep everybody in.
I'm surprised they made the vets even do this. I thought it was just going to be the rookies, and it would just determine rookies picking the vet pair. But I was honestly happy.
I loved it.
Surprised. Yeah, it was way better. I thought they were just going to do like a rookie invitational kind of thing. Because didn't one of the seasons, the global championship, they did that where the bottom 2 rookies went into elimination before they picked pairs. So they could have done something like that, which honestly was kind of cool in global. But I like how the vets had to do it too. And we could see like, all right, CT, like you're not in good shape. Like I want to see that. I don't want to just like speculate, but he like really was struggling there.
Big time. So Izzy at the house plans on picking Theo, who she knows is with Olivia, and that means she's going to get all of Olivia's allies. And she wants to be friends with Olivia and thinks that Jake might be the one. Olivia thinks that Jake might be the one that picks her. So you can see this Love Island, Love Show UK versus like the challenge contingency kind of growing here. And it's necessary. And I think this is going to be helpful for Olivia having numbers to be able to get to the end and go against the OG vets. So I think it's good for her. Bananas wants all the new guys in the pool with their pants off. No girls allowed. Nani's to throw him some beers, but she doesn't want to play that role in his life anymore. That role's for Aviv. Are you happy that Nani took a stance against being Bananas' side piece?
I mean, we'll see. I think Nani is tied to Bananas for life in the game. So I would love to see Nani do what's best for her and work against, maybe not against Bananas, but I would like to see her put her game first. And maybe Aviv has taken over, but I feel like Nani is still part of Bananas Angels along with in this season, probably Aviv, Leroy, and Derek K. I think I could see that still being a bit of a crew, but Nani has options, and like she's got Turbo. I mean, obviously, the thing is like Nani and Leroy are tied together, and Leroy's tied to Bananas anyway, so I don't see them actually working apart. Yeah. But if she is willing to, I'm all here for that.
Michaela gives Jeremy some advice. I think she did a very good job at basically pushing him away from picking her. Michaela knows where she stands in the challenge. She's gone home first. She doesn't necessarily have the numbers. And so having Jeremy come out so strong and then know that the vet guys would want to take him out, she doesn't want to be attached to him. So she's basically being like, yeah, you don't want to be with anybody with a bad elimination record because people are going to be coming for you. Because she knows that she doesn't have the greatest elimination record, which I thought was very, very funny. But Jeremy takes from this that he needs a social shield. So I'm happy that he's thinking strategically, that he needs someone social in order to keep him in the game. So I'm like, yeah, go in and get like a really good vet that's well protected and well insulated, and you will go very far. So I'm happy he's thinking this way. I thought the conversation with CT and Turbo about Pick Me was really, really, really funny and very cute.
Yeah. I love Turbo. I think Turbo is such a great cast member as well, where he's like crazy and funny and super competitive. So I love Turbo, and when he said like he has broken English so he doesn't get it, but he's learning, and I was like, okay, yeah, Turbo, you're the man.
I know, he's so cute though. He really hopes that somebody picks him because he didn't place that well, even though he was still in the top 10. But yeah, that conversation was very funny. And CT was just like, I can't explain this to you anymore.
I was surprised CT knew what a pick me was.
I mean, I'm sure somebody probably said it about his ex-girlfriend or a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the world, like, right now, right?
Yeah, I just didn't realize CT was like in with the lingo.
Okay. Blue says that she's a professional shapeshifter and she's going to be rooming with Aviv and Anissa. And so she doesn't know these people. So she's willing to basically, she didn't say stab them in the back. She basically said that she'd compete against them. But I like Blue as a character, but I'm not really scared of her, like, in an elimination or anything like that. Right?
No.
Are you?
No, I'm not scared. I wouldn't be scared of her like physically. But I did like, I think it was Aviv or it might have been Anissa, but one of them said like, yeah, like I love like living with this like younger, like new competitor. It's like, okay, like she seemingly got herself in a decent spot being in this room. And I do think like that is an underrated part of the challenge, like knowing like where to room and like who to be close to outside of your pair. So if she is a shapeshifter truly and is like able to bond with some of these super vets, then like that bodes well for her, especially if like they think they can like bring her along towards the middle to end game and then beat her in an elimination. So it's not a horrible spot to be in.
I mean, that's probably what I would do, like getting close with some vets that are, like that I could maybe beat. I don't know. I don't know if she could beat Aviv, but
she could definitely beat Anissa in a final.
Things.
But
in a final,
yeah.
So we got the UK Alliance forming. We see that Rogan likes Izzy. Naya's giving Sydney advice. I had to roll my eyes there. Bananas likes Dee. Rogan flirting with Izzy. And then we get like a 30-second clip of, I know you probably want the tea and you want to know like what's going on and what's happening, but both me and Casey are in a good place right now and we just want different things.
That's exactly what I expected to happen. Like for the last like 6 months, like even like when All Stars 5 or 4 was on, and it was like, all right, like what happened here? My like speculation all along was like, all right, they're fine. Like it's fine. Like they just broke up and there's nothing major here. So I think Nani was like kind of teasing like, hey, if you want to know what happened, tune into the next season. Yeah. It's like, well, okay, well, nothing happened. You just like grew apart. It's like, okay, like good for you guys that you're happy, but damn, yeah, no tea.
That like just was really underwhelming though. Like it's fine that you guys just broke up, but the fact that she kind of teased it that she's gonna like let it all out makes it just a little bit annoying. And like when she was speaking about it, it was kind of like she was annoyed that she had to speak about it. But it's like, well, like they don't tell us to come here to find out about it,
Yeah, and also like that has been her major storyline for the last 3 years on the show. So it is like, yeah, like we kind of want to know and like how the show works. So we're following your lives over years and years of competing and growing
supporting
as people,
you and buying cameos and whatever.
Yeah. Like this isn't like Survivor where someone shows up once and like we don't need to know about their personal lives, but the beauty of the challenge is you feel kind of like these people. So
yeah, like we've grown up with Nani for 15 years or so since she was on the Real World Las Vegas 2. Like we've seen her go through many boyfriends, just Nani's the first girlfriend, I think, fully. But anyways, we've seen a lot of her life. And so the fact that she is annoyed seemingly that she has to let people know what happened.
Yeah, I gotta say it was so weird. Like I watched this episode on Wednesday night and then after the episode, I was watching Big Brother, and then Casey appears on Big Brother same night. It's like, oh, what are the odds that the night the challenge premieres and Nani is talking about Casey, and then Casey appears as a guest on Big Brother,
and then, like, spoiler alert, wins for what she needed to do to win.
Yeah, and I was just like, it was like such like a mind fuck, because I thought I was like watching the same show. It's like, oh yeah, we're talking about Casey, and then here's Casey, but two different shows. Just a great coincidence, but I thought that was funny.
I kind of think that Casey might have cheated.
I don't.
Well, okay, well, she said that they wanted different things. What does that mean? Because they seemed like they wanted the same things.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's. I mean, I don't want to speculate what they want. I know that they were like doing like IVF, or they were planning on doing it. So it seems like they both wanted to start a family.
Mm-hmm.
They were engaged, so yeah, they both wanted to be married. It seems like they both still want to do reality TV. So a lot of what they want is to be the same. Maybe
one of them wanted to open the relationship a bit more. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, we can't really speculate since we will never actually know. But it is just a little bit odd. I would have liked a little bit more clarity so we wouldn't feel compelled to speculate, because it's not satisfying, her response. But anyways, hopefully she gets under somebody else, so then we can be speculating about a new relationship with her. Kind of like Dee and Bananas, who are already starting to chit chat, and you can see that he has hard eyes for Dee. Your favorite moment of the episode, Izzy and Rogan kissing in the kitchen, and then Ashley comes in and walks in on their politicking. Did you like that moment too?
Yeah, that was great. I love like Ashley, who is one of the inventors of politicking. Was we got that? I think that was her only confessional, unfortunately. But it's always nice to have Ashley chiming in.
Sophie says you probably rolled your eyes at the Dee and Bananas thing. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, we get CT Pro Tips are back.
Oh.
It's kind of hard to love. I mean, I do love the pro tips, but like, how can you get a pro tip from somebody that's just so not in their prime this season? It just seems like, I mean, maybe he gets to the end and maybe he still wins, right? It is a very slight possibility. But
we've seen CT win in bad shape, or coming into a season in bad shape, but it just like feels like it's going to be harder when he is now 45 years old and like not in great shape. I think what I was saying before about him like working his way into shape during a season, I think that gets like harder as you get older. I will say it seems like CT is getting into really good shape now. Like he's putting an effort into like working out, losing some weight. I get the vibe that CT is a little embarrassed about how the past few seasons have gone. So I wonder, I mean, last season he went home pretty early. He injured his back. I wonder if this season it's like more or less the same, like his body isn't doing as well. And I feel like CT is going to come back in 42 or 43 or whatever and look like not prime CT, but like healthy, strong CT.
Okay, Dreadful has a point here. Bananas is 15 years older than Dee and is one of the faces of the show. There's a power dynamic here. He is such a creep. I have to say, when you put it that way, it does seem a little bit off. When my little sister met, what's his name? Anyways, she met a player from Survivor who was chatting with her for a bit, who was 16 years older than her. And I was like, you can't try to, you're too old to get out of her DMs, you know? And this is similar to Dee. Get out of her DMs. You're too old for her.
Yeah, Bananas. It's like Bananas lives by the expression that I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same age. Like that is like Bananas, where Morgan was like, what, 24 or 25? He was younger then, but he was probably late 30s. Then Mariah was 25 and he had his 40th birthday when they got together. Now, like Dee is like a little bit older, obviously, but he's also a little bit older. So, yeah, Bananas like is definitely looking for girls in that like mid-20s range, which I mean, it's like I definitely get like a little creep vibes from him, but in his mind, it's probably like, oh, they're legal, it's fine.
Ew, ew. Oh, it's kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, come
Yeah.
on, just like at least 10 years younger than you, not 30. It's crazy. Okay, so we get to the challenge, or gets like everybody's together. We see TJ. He talks about how you need your partner to win. So it's promising that they're not going to split everybody apart, it seems, and that you'll have to be with your partner to end up winning the season. So that's good that there most likely won't be a format swap in that way. Maybe they'll do still teams or something, but you still are within your partners, maybe. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like we're going to go solo from that statement. Carla's being on a team of 2. And then we get the selection. So I'm just going to quickly run through that. So Jeremy obviously gets first choice, and his first choice is Aviv. I thought that was a smart pick. Agreed?
Yeah, I think it was. I think they balance each other out well. And I liked how he said like that he knows she's tight with Bananas, and it's like an in with Bananas too. I think that is like sound strategy. So yeah, I think it was pretty good. And she finished first of the female vets.
We'll say that she's 15 years older than Dee. So I think Dee's 27, if we're doing the math correctly here, and he's 42, or she's 28 and he's 43. So it's a 15-year age difference, which is, I would say, quite a bit. They're in different decades for sure. Izzy, second pick, chooses, I thought it was going to be Rogan, actually, and I forgot that she had that conversation with Olivia and was going to be choosing Theo, but Theo is her first choice here. I do think it's a smart pick as well.
Yeah, I thought it was the best pick that she could have made. Yeah, obviously she wants to be working with Olivia, and I think that's like a kind of fun alliance. Izzy kind of is maybe it's like just the way they look, but is kind of giving me a little bit of Nerys. So I like think Nerys also like hooks up, is like bringing drama, comes from a love show. Mm-hmm. So I could see Izzy kind of being a Nerys type, and also does really well with like endurance. So I think this was a great pick. Even though Theo didn't do great in the challenge, I still think in terms of like footing in the house, it was a great pick.
Cedric chooses Olivia. You said that you thought this was an amazing pick.
Yeah,
I agree, but
same thing as Izzy. I think like same like reasoning there. I think it's smart. I think I feel like Cedric is probably going to be like good at puzzles where Olivia's not, and Olivia is probably one of the more physical women. So yeah, I thought this was a great one, and then connect to Theo as well.
Sydney chooses Leroy for his social capital. What do you think about this?
I thought that was kind of weird.
He was shocked himself.
Yeah, I was thinking with that one, it was like, all right, I get it. You don't want to be with like Bananas or CT because like maybe it's like too much of a target, and like CT doesn't look great. I was thinking with Leroy, like why Leroy over Derek K? Like why? Like isn't Derek more connected to people than Leroy is?
It's probably his height, though. His height would probably she seems like she's decently tall.
Yeah, but like, is Leroy like that good at anything? Like, I feel like Derek is like scrappier than Leroy. They're both not really good at puzzles. Sydney like seems to be pretty tall for the girls. I don't know. Like, who else could she have picked there? She could have picked Turbo, but that's a big target too. I guess Rogan's not really a great pick. Yeah, I guess Leroy's
Derek
fine.
C maybe, but like
I feel like Derek C. He's like good with endurance. Right?
He still might have the LOL group, right? So Olivia and Naya.
Yeah, I feel like me personally, like I would have picked Derek K over Leroy.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't know the show that well. Jake is next, chooses Cara Maria. Seems fine. Michaela chooses Will. Bananas chooses Dee. No surprise there. We knew that was coming. Adrian chooses Rogan. Turbo chooses America, saying that America's given him so many opportunities, so this is why he's choosing America. Interesting pairing for sure.
Yeah. Do you think she wanted, like, she obviously knows the show and like knows all these people. Do you think she is someone that would work well with Turbo, or that will not go well?
I think she will know not to trigger him. So I think that she'll work with him. You know what I mean?
But is she the type of person that will be able to like corral Turbo and keep him like from losing his mind?
I don't think so. Only because she, like, if she wasn't in a relationship, maybe, but I feel like because she's in a relationship, she might not, she might not be able to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Because we know like Nani is like very good with that. Like we've seen her do it twice essentially for the most part. I mean, he still will kind of lose it a little bit, but Nani is like proven to be the best at it. And like to me, like America is not like very similar personality wise to Nani. So I do like I feel like this could be a season where Turbo just like does whatever he wants, which I like. I mean, bearing that they stay together for a while, but I think it could be a fun pair. And yeah, I don't think she's going to be able to keep him calm.
No, I don't. Ashley chooses Will. She means Gabe.
Yeah, I love how she was like, it was so funny because she's like, yeah, everyone knows that I'm going to choose Will. Like, so obviously like they've been bonding in the house or whatever, and it was like obvious that they were going to be paired, and then she got the name wrong, and he's like, yeah, I guess I'll go by Will now.
Derek K chooses Lekka. Nani chooses Ben. Derek C chooses Blue. Tay chooses CT. So now there's CT. I feel like it felt ashamed. It was a similar actually how I think he felt in World of the Worlds 2. He wasn't picked there either, and he did end up winning. So if history repeats itself, like he's not in the worst position, but I think he was embarrassed.
Yeah, I think he was probably thinking like, how is like Leroy getting picked ahead of me? Like how, like I'm a 5-time champ, like Leroy, Theo, like they've never won. And like CT is very good at staying out of eliminations too. So I think like his like intimidation factor typically keeps him from being in elimination. So yeah, I definitely feel like, and I think that's again like why I think he's getting himself into really good shape. I think he's just like a little embarrassed about and like obviously like for his like physical health he probably wants to, and mental health, but I think he's also a little embarrassed about how things have been going the last couple seasons.
So next is Leo chooses Anissa. Oh man. Well, at least he'll be set up socially, so but they might come in last, which sucks.
Yeah. Do you think Anissa was a better choice than Naya?
I think Naya, well, I think I would have chosen Naya for the youth factor and just a little bit more fit, but Naya is not good at a lot of things. Like she's not good at the heights thing. I think I would have chosen Naya though still.
I think I would have chosen Anissa. I just think like Anissa is pretty good with eliminations for the most part. Like some, like you can get in a situation where Anissa has a 0 shot of winning, but she's pretty good at eliminations. And I think Anissa is like better under pressure and better with puzzles. So I think like, yeah, if it's like, I think I would choose her. Obviously, like the problem with Anissa is if you're doing like a mini final, you're basically guaranteed to come in last, or anything that's just like pure running. you're coming in last there, and then you're going into elimination, presumably. I mean, we don't know the format of eliminations, but I just think Anissa's better at more things than Naya.
Sophie thinks that they would have picked Naya. Well, okay, we'll see what happens after the first challenge. We'll see who would have been the better pick. Who's going to do better than each other, Naya or Anissa? Just to prove to ourselves, like, in the first season. Or actually, let's track it for the season.
I have more faith in Anissa, like, at least getting far into the game than Naya.
Ooh, okay. You're not wrong. I still think I would have picked Naya, but let's see. We'll see. We'll track it. And then lastly, Justin ends up just getting Naya. It sucks that he wasn't that shitty, but he still gets last pick, unfortunately.
Yeah, and like that's what I mean about Justin. Like I worry, like I think he will be a solid competitor, but I just don't think he's going to be like well respected amongst the vets in particular. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's kind of like unfortunate. It's like I think there is like a stereotype, like smaller gay guy, like maybe he's not cut out for the challenge, and I think that's probably not true. But it's like it's almost like he's gonna have to win like multiple eliminations to get any respect. And it's kind of like Jay from Survivor a couple seasons ago, where like he's smaller, he's not respected by the vets, and like then he wins a few eliminations, and maybe you start to gain a little respect there. But
well, that is it. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Episode 0.
No, I really like these episode zeros. I think it's nice where like you get that episode where you get to know people a little bit, and specifically for seasons that are very rookie heavy, I think it's like nice to at least get a glimpse into how they'll act, how they'll perform. Again, really excited about the rookies this season for the most part, and the female vets I think are going to be fun. So I think should be a good season.
It's looking good. It's looking long, but it's looking good. So thank you everybody for jumping on with us. I'm sorry that we weren't able to do the draft today. We'll figure out another time to do it. It might not be all of us. I might have some lists and we kind of just weave it all in. We'll see what ends up happening about that. But thank you for coming in and hanging out while we talk about episode 0 anyways. Thank you, Matthew, for being flexible and talking about episode 0 instead of the draft, but we'll figure something out. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, ring the bell so you know when we go live to talk about the draft. And yeah, whenever we post anything else. What do you have going on? Do you have anything on your pod channel?
No, I'm trying to think like what I should chat about over there this summer. Maybe like talk a little bit about challenge. I'm thinking of doing like a weekly like power rankings kind of thing, where it's like more not like who's the best or who's doing the best, just like hey, these are Matthew's like who I'm enjoying. So I'm thinking of doing like a weekly thing like that over absolutely. There. Yeah, and honestly, it'll probably just be like a 20-minute like, hey, like these are my thoughts this week about each person, ranked 32 to 1, and then I mean obviously it'll go down to each week, so it'll be even quicker. So you can check me out over there, Pop Culture Pickies on YouTube. I haven't done much the last month or so, but I'm excited to kind of do something like that.
Thanks for sticking around with us, Danica. You're the best. Thanks, everyone in the chat. Make sure you follow Matthew's channel, please. And I guess we'll see you guys soon to do the draft. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.